Imagine a curse so powerful that it doesn't break lovers apart. It binds them together forever. A warrior prince cursed to share pain with whoever he loves. He thought he was doomed to eternal loneliness until he met a woman already dying from a curse of her own. This is the story of how the cruelest curse became the most beautiful love story, of two broken people finding wholeness in each other's pain. Centuries ago, a warrior prince was cursed by a dying woman he refused to love. Not because he was cruel, but because he was too powerful. Love would weaken him, so he swore never to feel it. The curse was absolute. Any person he loved would cause him unbearable pain. Their pain would become his pain. Their suffering would be his torture. It was designed to keep him alone forever. For 200 years, he remained untouched, unloving, powerful but hollow. He watched others find connection while he remained isolated by the very power his curse promised. He was perfect in every way, strong, beautiful, noble, but he was dying inside. The loneliness of 2 centuries was consuming him from within. Kingdoms fell before him, enemies cowered, but love? Love was his only true enemy. He told himself the curse was a gift, that staying alone kept him strong, that love was weakness disguised as salvation. But in truth, he was suffocating. The prince everyone feared was slowly dying of heartbreak he refused to acknowledge. Then, in a forgotten corner of the kingdom, a woman was dying. Not from age or illness, from a curse of her own. She was a legendary warrior, scarred, strong, fierce. And she was slowly being consumed by dark magic that was eating her alive. Every day, her pain increased. Every breath was agony. Every moment was torture. The healers said she had months, maybe weeks. She knew she was dying, and she had made peace with it. She just didn't expect to meet him.
The prince found her in the ruins of an old temple, bleeding dark magical energy. She was trying to hide her pain, but he could see it. He had watched pain for 200 years. He knew it in every form. She looked at him with fierce, intelligent eyes, not afraid, not begging for help, just accepting. "You're dying," he said. "Yes," she answered. "Why?" "Curse," she said simply. "Received it in battle. It was worth the cost." And something in him recognized her. Not love, he couldn't feel that, but recognition. She was dying, and she was at peace. He was immortal, and he was in hell. There might be a way, he said. To cure it? She laughed. There's no cure.
Pure, absolute. It will consume me. No, he said, to survive it. He told her about his curse, how any love he felt would cause unbearable pain to both of them, how it was designed to keep him alone, how it was the cruelest magic in existence. She listened, and then she said something that changed everything. "What if we didn't fight it?" she whispered. "What if we embraced it?" He didn't understand at first, but she explained. Her curse was killing her because she was fighting it, resisting the magic, trying to survive. But what if instead of resisting, she accepted it. What if she let the magic into her fully? And what if his love, the pain that was supposed to isolate him, what if that pain became the bridge between them? What if his love didn't destroy her, but saved her? If you love me, she said, and the curse makes you feel my pain, and I accept that pain as part of me, then your love becomes my anchor. Your pain becomes mine. Our suffering becomes shared. I don't understand, he said. Neither do I, she smiled.
But I'm dying anyway. And you're already in hell. Maybe together we can survive hell. The prince had spent 200 years being careful, calculating, never allowing himself to feel. But when she looked at him with those fierce, dying eyes, he stopped calculating. He chose to love her. The moment he decided to love her, the curse activated. Pain flooded through him. Her pain, her dying, her suffering, all pouring into him at once. It was worse than anything he'd imagined. But she was there, holding him through his pain, and he held her through hers. They collapsed together in the ruins, two dying people, their curses entwining. Two magics that should have destroyed each other instead began to merge. The dark curse eating her alive, the love curse consuming him. They swirled together, neither destroying the other. Instead, they began to balance. Her curse needed something to anchor it to. His love became that anchor. His love curse needed someone who understood him. Her dying acceptance became that understanding. And something miraculous happened. The curses didn't break. They transformed. When the magic settled, she was no longer dying. But she wasn't healed either. The curse was still there, but it had stopped consuming her. Instead, it had bonded with his love. She could feel his emotions now. His pain became her pain. His joy became her joy. They were connected through the magic, and he could feel her. For the first time in 200 years, he wasn't alone. He wasn't isolated. Someone was feeling what he felt. It still hurts, she whispered. I know, he said. I feel it too. Will it always be this way? Yes, he answered. The curse is still there. The love is still there. They're bound together now. Neither can exist without the other. She looked at him with tears in her eyes. Then I'm glad I'm dying with you instead of alone. You're not dying anymore, he said. No, she agreed. I'm living. For the first time since the curse started, I'm actually living. Because you're here. Because you feel what I feel. Because I'm not alone in this. And he realized something profound. The curse was never meant to isolate him. It was meant to prepare him for this moment, for someone who would understand. Everyone else would have run from the pain, would have rejected it. But she accepted it. She embraced it. She made it mean something. The curse that was supposed to be his eternal prison became his greatest gift. He loved her, and she loved him back, not despite the curse,
because of it. Because she could feel his love in every shared pain. And he could feel her acceptance in every moment of suffering. They weren't soulmates because magic made them that way. They were soulmates because they chose each other anyway. But the curse came with a price. Neither of them could ever be completely alone. If they separated, the magic would begin to tear them apart. They would always need to be near each other, always connected, always feeling what the other felt. It was a beautiful prison, a chosen bondage, a curse that became a blessing. They had to decide. Would they stay together, knowing they could never truly be apart? Knowing that his pain was her pain, and her pain was his? She had spent her life being fierce and independent, strong and alone. He had spent 200 years isolated by choice. Now, they would be eternally bound, never alone, but never fully separate. "If I leave you," she said, "the curse will tear us apart." "Yes," he confirmed. "But if I stay, I'll never truly be free." "No," he said, "you won't." "Then why would I choose this?" she asked. "Because," he said, stepping closer, "you've already discovered what took me 200 years to learn. Freedom without connection is just loneliness with a pretty name." She was quiet for a long moment. "If I stay with you, I have to accept that we'll hurt together, that there's no hiding from pain, that we'll feel everything together, forever." "Yes," he said. "And there's no breaking the curse?" "No," he said. "There's only accepting it, or running from it." She looked at him, really looked at him, and made her choice. "Then I choose you. Not because the curse forces me, but because I'd rather hurt with you than heal alone." And in that moment, the curse fully transformed. It was no longer a prison. It was a choice. Every day, they chose each other. Every moment, they chose to stay bound. The curse became a blessing, not because the magic changed, but because they did. They learned to live with the magic, to understand it, to use it. When one was weak, the other's strength flowed to them. When one was in pain, the other could share the burden. They became stronger together than they ever could have been apart. The curse that was designed to isolate him became the magic that saved her. The acceptance that was saving her became the anchor that healed him. And in the end, they realized soulmates aren't people who are perfect for each other. They're people who choose each other anyway, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. The curse that made them soulmates wasn't the magic that bound them. It was the choice they made every single day to stay. So now, centuries later, they still exist together, forever bound by a curse that became a love story. And the question that haunts everyone who hears their tale is this: is a love born from curse and pain and suffering less real? Or is it more real because of what it cost? Is it beautiful because they're bound together? Or because they could have run and didn't? Can you call it soulmates when the magic forces the connection? Or does it only become soulmates when you choose it anyway? Some say soulmates are meant to be, that the universe aligns people who belong together. But the prince and the warrior learned something different. Soulmates aren't found, they're chosen. Again and again, through pain and curse and suffering, through moments when you could leave, but don't. Maybe the greatest curse isn't the magic that binds you. Maybe it's the freedom to leave and choosing to stay anyway.